Hello, everybody.
How's it going, everybody?
All right. So, everybody, this is a special smoke show. Michael and I are so excited. Um, we have somebody that's coming in to visit us today that we get to finally meet here in just a couple of months. And this guy is so, I'm just stoked to have him on the show.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
so Michael, real quick, how's your day been?
It's been pretty good. Been busy all day.
Yeah, me too. I was
Come
like I
home,
was
took
telling
me a nap.
you. Wish I could take a nap.
It was
What's
only an
up,
hour,
Ben?
but it was an hour.
Yeah,
What's
but
up, Ben?
it's with the weather warming up like it is here, it kind of makes things a little bit easier to take a nap during the day, right? Getting the air
Yeah.
conditioning.
Didn't know if it wanted to rain or not.
Yeah, it rained a little bit, but we needed the rain. It's awful dry.
That's right.
But so Michael, I kind of want to touch on our guest just a few minutes before we bring him on. Um, this gentleman is in the movie industry. He has been there for a good long while. He has made some really, really seriously good movies, and I watched some trailers of stuff, today and things. You know, this guy is serious. So,
Yep.
but I'm really, really excited to be able to bring him to the show and to what Deep South Fair Comic Con. That we finally will get to meet him.
Always
But
safe and ninth.
that's right. But we're all gonna have to look up when we see him.
That's right.
You and I, what six? I'm 6'3".
Yep.
So how tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". So this guy is 6'10". Okay, he's
Yep.
big as the moon, man. Come on.
Might have given me
So
a step ladder.
that's right. So, but that's okay. That's okay. Bringing in that bulk and stuff. Um, but this is going to be great. So is there anything particular that you have found out about our guest that that you're
Well,
interested in?
I know he was a basketball player. He was a wrestler for a little bit,
Yep, yep.
and you know that is not one that's gonna last forever because you're gonna get tore up in that thing.
Oh
That's,
yeah, yeah,
that's gonna hurt your body. So that
yeah.
helped him out in his acting too.
Exactly. And of course, doing stunts and movies and things of that nature, and just I was some seconds in some movies, and it was brutal on me, and I didn't even really do anything. I can only imagine, him doing the job that he done and the characters that he played and stuff. That's amazing. So
He seems like, from what I've seen, a guy that could play a serious role. He could play a bad guy role. He could play a serial killer role, and he can play just a comedic role.
yeah, he
You
does it
know,
all.
he's when you'll see what I'm talking about here later on. He's just a funny guy also.
Yeah, absolutely. So all right. So Michael, you ready to bring on our guest?
Yeah, let's bring in Mr. Robert Mukes
All
from the
right,
House of a
everybody.
Thousand Corpses.
Here he comes, everybody. Robert Mukes.
Hey guys, what's going on? I guess I'm not backstage anymore.
No,
No, no, no. You're front and center, my brother.
Perfect, man. Perfect. How are you two?
We're
wow, we're doing
well.
good.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
Good,
fat and
good.
sassy, if you will.
Fat and sassy.
Fat
We
and
Sassy
call
sassy.
part,
that
the
barbecue
the
in
That's
fat
right.
part.
Alabama.
Yep. Barbecue and fried chicken,
There you go.
Yep.
things
You
of
know what
that nature.
Alabama's popular for?
Well, this part of Alabama is popular for peanuts,
Good.
but
Ro-
fried chicken livers, anything fried. You come to Alabama, this is a fried state.
Yeah. Robert, you ever tried boiled peanuts?
I have. I did played basketball in Oklahoma, and a coach took us to a restaurant. They had these chips these little chips, and people were laughing that had been on the team before I got there. A couple of my other friends were transfers from a junior college, and we were eating bull nuts, chips from the
Walnut,
bull.
yeah.
Bull nuts.
Is that what you're talking about? Bull peanuts?
No, bull peanuts. We take peanuts and you just boil them in water and put salt in them. Instead of being hard, they get
Oh,
mushy.
I haven't tried that yet.
You need to
We'll
try
have
that when
to,
you come.
yeah, yeah. We'll have to have you some, at least a handful you can try. I mean,
Well,
they're
be
good.
careful of those chips in Oklahoma because you might be eating some bull nuts there.
Full nuts.
Some mountain
Yeah,
oysters.
Yeah,
yeah. Is
yeah,
that what they call them? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Well, glad to be on this show with you guys, man, and I'm super excited about coming out there in August.
yes, sir. We are. I have so many people that have asked me so many things about you. When is Robert coming? When that. Well, look, you got to come to the con, and
Yeah,
I mean, man, you have a following. You really do,
a
and
little bit. It's not me. It's the some of the work that I've done.
well, I mean, you have to be that guy. I mean,
That's
Right.
true. That's true. That's true.
it's you in the background, and you just bring that character out. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's cool. So real, I'm gonna start off this barrage of questioning. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
as roles that you have played, can you tell me which one stood out to you that you enjoyed the most?
That's a good question, right? And I've been asked that before, and I'm not saying this to discredit anything that I've done in the past or to make anything equal to anything else or to hype something up that I've just worked on, right?
Right.
But when you really enjoy doing something, you just like to do it,
That's right.
right? So I do independent films now, and you know, there's a certain excitement about House of a Thousand Corpses was Universal Studios, and some of the television shows I've worked on has been some studio projects. Those are kind of fun because of the budget and all the support that it has and all the money being spent. But I've got a friend out here in California. He does indies. They mostly go to Tubi. I like working with him. We're working on a movie this Sunday, Easter Day. I'm working on his movie called Death Bitch 2. So like it's just exciting the moments between action and cut and just pretending to be someone else that you're not pretending to be something that you're not, an individual that you're not, mostly because you never really play yourself. So that's I like everything I've done. Everything I've done is I don't really have any favorites. Everything I've done has been pretty cool.
Do
Yeah.
you prefer the horror, or do you prefer like doing a comedy thing, or what kind
That's
of
a good
role do you like the best?
that's a good question. Usually the comedy and comedy is just based on timing, right? And I'm usually the heel. So within the comedy, it's like, there's this big dude that's going to take care of you if you don't do what I say or whatever it may be. So that's not too far off from what I do on like horror because you're the big mean bad dude. Now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to become more of a lead in horror, and that's kind of strange. Like being tough on guys, it's easier. You know what I mean? Because they talk shit to you and whatever, and you're mean to them and within the script and all that. But women, it's tough to be mean to a woman because we love women,
Yeah.
and we have an advantage being stronger and everything. And then they're begging you to stop, and you have to enjoy that. So, I I like working and I like doing it, but that's a little harder than comedy because you got to really be a dirty guy and not apologetic about your performance and how much you enjoy doing the dirty work. Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird, man. It's really weird. Yeah. But it's fun. It's acting. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's my answer to that. I just like doing it all.
So I've talked to several people that's been in the industry,
Mhm.
and I kind of get some of the same answers. They enjoy the fact that they get, like you said, get to be someone else for a
Uh-huh.
certain period of time. And
Yeah.
it's kind of, you know this one particular actor, he said, I like what I do and I like who I am, but I
Yeah.
love whenever I can be somebody else. So,
Yeah.
I mean, is that kind of the same way with you? Do you love that transition?
Um, I've never said that. You know, I don't know, you said you're a butcher. Do you love cutting those cows up? You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
to a point.
yeah,
Yeah, to a point. That was something I chose to do. Originally, I was a firefighter, and
nice.
uh,
And that's a
and,
good
and I got
career.
injured and couldn't do that anymore. So I got into butchering up animals. But just at some point, it becomes a favorite.
I love working, but it's work because you have to study and everything and make preparation and slice that time out to do the studying and the day of the shoot and all that. I guess I can say, man, there's some fire trucks going past me. And right on cue, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, there's your buddies out here in California. Uh,
Roll on, brothers.
there you go. Uh, yeah, no, I can say I really like it, but I probably love. I've got two daughters I really love, right?
Sure.
So I
Sure.
don't know. It's hard to say I love it, but I do really enjoy working as an actor. I like doing it. I do. I
That's
do. I like doing it.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I mean, is that something that you wanted to do from childhood, or what did you start off
Though
wanting to do?
I was a basketball guy. I wanted to be a
Right.
big
Right.
time basketball player. Yeah. So I did some time in high school and college, and then I did 5 years in Europe. I didn't make the big league, the NBA, but it didn't. I was definitely trying to get that done. It just didn't play out that way for me.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like basketball too. My sport was football,
Yeah.
but
football. Yeah, I
yeah.
didn't want all that contact when I was young. Yeah, I was like, no, thank you. So no, acting wasn't my first dream. I just kind of fell into it after basketball. Living in LA, my father lives out here. I'm from Indiana. People were telling me about basketball commercials, and I thought, man, that's for like superstars, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson back in my era. And they're
Right.
like, no, like as an actor, I'm like, well, what's that, right? And then like shortly afterwards, I saw this guy on a Burger King commercial that I knew, and he was eating a Big Mac after at the end of the commercial. But the commercial, the gist of it was he was playing pickup ball, and after pickup ball, he was hungry, so he got a Whopper. And I'm like, man, so I saw a friend of mine that's from out here that's mentioned acting to me, and I was like, man, I saw Steve on a commercial. I can't believe it, right? And he's like, well, that's what I'm talking about. I was like, wow, okay. And that's kind of what got me started.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah.
So
I saw you tried to wrestle for a little bit.
I did. It was short lived, like a year before I broke my thumb. This bodybuilder guy that was trying to get in there. I did go to the same school as John Cena, but this I threw this guy against the rope and he comes towards me. He's supposed to duck and he didn't. And
Hmm.
I was clotheslining him, and my thumb I was supposed to miss him, and my thumb hit the top of his head and I broke my thumb.
Ugh.
And then that took 6 weeks away, and then as soon as I recovered from that, I sprained my back
Hmm.
going over the top of this guy's shoulder, and my feet landed before I landed flat, and I sprained my back. I could feel electricity going through my spine, through my back, through my spinal cord, and so then that was it for me.
oh wow.
Two injuries back to back, being injured twice. I decided to tap out.
Yeah, that mat's not as soft as everybody thinks it is.
That mat is not soft, and it's a tough business. Stage fighting
Yeah.
isn't easy. If somebody
Yeah.
doesn't move right or duck or whatever, you can hurt them or hurt yourself. So that's basically what it is stage fighting and then performing in between the moves,
Right.
pumping yourself up or being injured, pretending like you're hurt or whatever it is. It's just stage fighting.
Well, Danny Andrews in our comments said, "What is it like working with Rob and Sherry Zombie in the House of Thousand Corpse?"
It was amazing. Again, I love working, and those guys. Rob Zombie's super popular. He still performs today. He's on tour now with Marilyn Manson. Like
Hmm.
he's in his 60s and he's 35 or 40. Great shape. So he was popular back then, White Zombie, and everything. And it was fun. It was his first movie. So it was green for him, and it was my first project, my first big project of that nature, and just had a fantastic time. He's a generous director. If you have any suggestions that would add to the character, he was pretty open to it, and to most of us art, actors, and so it was just he wrote a beautiful story, and it played out perfectly.
I agree. That it was an awesome movie, and
Yeah, it played out good.
yeah, uh, I don't get a chance to actually watch a lot of movies, but
Uh-huh.
the older movies I did when I was a kid and things like that. But
Yeah.
um, the Rob Zombie stuff, when he started kicking in, of course, I like the music. I love Rob Zombie's music,
Yeah.
and
Right.
so then I was like, he made a movie. I
Right.
gotta go
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
this, man.
Imagine that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that was right along with the Devil's Rejects. I had liked that
Yeah.
movie too. But
Uh-huh.
so House of a Thousand Corpses was right on, and you know, I never thought that I would have from that movie on the show, and it's kind of one of those things to me. Is like this completes a circle. You know what I'm saying? And
Perfect, man. Good.
um, but so that you said there's a lot of preparation for movies like The House of a Thousand Corpses, and so was there what was there like night after night that you had to prepare for it, or I mean, how did you work out with that the preparation for it?
Yeah. When everybody has to do preparation, right? The stage, or location, and decorating it to fit the theme of the movie or whatever it may be, and the producers coordinating everything, and then director making sure everything is set and correct and confirmed, and he'll do that to his producers, and then us as talent, the actors. Um, we have to prepare with the dialogue. Make sure we have it memorized because often you do multiple takes, and so you got to like say the same lines every time. And in addition to that, you want to make the gestures around the same time. So when they edit it,
All right.
it's easier for the editor to edit,
Yeah,
the performance. So that's kind of your responsibility to do a great job at that, the best of your ability. And for me, corpses, I didn't have a lot of dialogue. The only preparation I had was to just think about being the guy, you know?
yeah,
Yeah, I was with a friend back then, a girlfriend at the time, and she was like, "Oh my God, you're working on such and such tomorrow." I think it was CSI or whatever, one of those detective
yeah.
shows. And I was a prisoner, and I had a couple lines, just a couple, man, like a couple sentences, right? And she goes, She's all excited. She was an actress too. She's like, "What do you want to do tonight?" I'm like, "Let's do what we do." She's like, "What do you mean?" "I don't know. Let's have a cocktail and have fun, right?" And she's like, "Oh my God, you can't be serious. You work tomorrow." I'm like, "Babe, that's what the fuck the dude would do.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
not playing like Dick Van Dyke, you know.
Right.
Um, yeah, Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm a con. I'm a prisoner guy. They drink, they get drunk and shit, and so I'm gonna be the dude. Yeah,
Right.
I thought
Preparation.
that was funny. Yeah, so preparation for corpses, I was just being myself and but actually thinking of being a bad guy kind of. You just kind of keep playing it through your mind of things that you've done bad. Like you kind of make stuff up and and stuff, and so you pretend like you don't care to see people get tortured and hurt and everything, and you just think about that. Just
Wow.
keep it in the back of your mind, like a couple days before you work, and then you kind of start visualizing it. And then when you get a chance, if you don't have much dialogue, you just have to have that energy of that dirty dude. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right.
yeah, yeah. So I didn't have much preparation for that, but other projects where I have a decent amount of dialogue, then in that I would have to study it, write it down, rehearse it, record it, listen to it, and just have it down in my brain what I'm going to say. That's the work that I have to do to memorize it. Yep.
That that that's got to be one of the hardest things in the world. I mean, I have a bad memory now. It used to be I could
Right.
remember anything.
Right.
Um, so
Same here.
yeah.
So,
So when
yeah. As we mature, but if you do something like this, then you just get used to it. Memorizing that.
right.
Yeah.
Other shit I might forget. Hey, you remember whatever. I met you over here or there. You meet, when you do conventions, you meet so many people, you might forget someone's name or something. But within the acting, you get used to doing that work to memorize the story. Essentially, is what you're doing. You're memorizing the story, not necessarily your lines, which that's like the second tier of the memory. But you just remember the story, and then
Gotcha.
you remember your dialogue, and then you perform it. Um, so yeah, no, for corpses, I was just kind of being myself, but in the back of my brain, thinking that I'm like a really bad guy. Yeah. So yeah.
Have you
So
ever
what?
thought about doing your own movie?
I've got friends doing the indie stuff now, because whenever I do something, I like to, and I'm a dad, and I've got two really successful daughters. If I have to pat myself on the back with that, but when you're a parent, like if you know more than someone else, you don't want to rub them wrong or whatever. So sometimes some of the projects that I've worked on, they don't have quite the experience that I have. And not that I have a master's degree in filmmaking or anything. I didn't go to USC or anything, but I've been around it a lot, so I try to share what I know in a respectful, timely manner. And just recently, like a month ago or 2 months ago, a friend of mine, because I'm helping him out on the side, he says to me, "Man, you should be a director." I'm like, no, bro, that's way too much responsibility. Like, I want to get in shape and have a second run at acting. Like, I showed you guys earlier, I'm at this, my daughter's volleyball practice, and it's an hour drive, and she's 17. She has a full ride to Stanford, and she's on the USA Junior Olympic team and all that. But
Cool.
That's great.
it's been a hell of a response to get her here. A lot of time. So once she goes there, I have less time with her and for that commitment. And I'm later in life, but I have a desire to like just exercise all the time and sleep and eat healthy and do it again and get back into big swing of things, the big part where
There you
there's
go.
more coin involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
So uh the time and dedication to do something really good as far as being a director and having that vision and stuff. I think that I could, but I want to give mainstream one more time, one more chance for myself. Yeah. So no, it's complicated, man. I've never thought of doing that.
Everybody's always looking for a big scary man too.
That's
Oh
it. But
yeah.
you got the more fit you are, the
All
scarier
right.
you are. The scarier you are. And so, at my age, I just want to keep it going to where I can do that for a while. And in horror movies, like you don't have to be able to jump out of an airplane or anything like that, jump off of a building or anything, or any major stunts. But you can carry a chainsaw or an axe or something like that, and chase somebody through the woods and everything or whatever, and be able to pick them up and throw them around a little bit with the help of a stunt coordinator, then I think I would fare well being a little bit more fit. And I still work today. Again, I'm working Sunday. I worked 2 weeks ago in West Virginia. This pharmacy heist it's called. So I do 3 or 4 indies a year that kind of basically are in the straight to YouTube or Tubi category, which is just fine because I love doing it.
Right.
We
Yeah,
watch a
Absolutely.
lot of
yeah,
Tubi.
yeah. I do you good. I again, you don't get a trailer. You get in your car and you recline the seat back and relax like that. But it's still when they say action, it kind of feels the same way. But when before action or especially cut, when you can kind of decompress and look around, there's a big difference then. You know, the quality of the cameras, et cetera, and so on. Yeah.
So, do you generally do all your stunts whenever you are in a role, or?
Yeah, I've had a few, and I have. Yeah, Westworld. I got to beat up on Ed Harris, which was just like Rob Zombie's a rock star for sure, but Ed Harris, as far as acting goes, I think he's won an Oscar before. That was like one of the highlights of my career. Westworld was a big budget, so you get the big trailer and the good food, the good steaks. Your
Right.
prime rib or filet mignon. Let's have a slice of each. But uh, uh, there's one stunt that I didn't get to do that I kind of felt ripped off. I was working on Weeds, and the lead actor and I had this little thing going on where I'd throw him in the back of a truck and drive away. And they wanted a stunt guy to drive away. I'm like, hey, I can drive that truck. It wasn't even a stick shift either. It was just an automatic. House of a Thousand Corpses, that tow truck that I have, that's an international, right? So Rob, he think he called me or texted me, and then I called him back, and he asked if I could drive a stick. I said, "Shit, yeah, I can drive. I'm from Indiana. Hell
Right.
yeah, I can drive a stick shift." So we were able to use the international because it had it was a 3 speed. I think it was 3 or 4 speed. Yeah,
Ah, those are good trucks.
they are, man. They're still today. I mean, the big ones. They're a lot of totes. They still do tow trucks. The flatbeds that they drag a truck, your car on top of it and flatten it out, and those are mostly internationals. That's a
Yeah.
good company. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
But
I can see him playing a Viking, like a lead in a
oh
Viking
yeah,
show.
I got
I,
it. It's coming, man. Christopher Nolan's had me on hold for a big project this summer, and then my main guy that was getting me the big swings, he didn't like all the auditions I was doing from the road, from the being on road doing the conventions for my daughters. This to get your kid at a big college nowadays, you have to play club sports, right? And you have to go in all these tournaments to get the big school to dig you. I spent close to 30 last year, right?
ooh,
So I'm doing a lot of conventions, man. Hence August, right?
right.
But my main
that's a lot
guy,
of tomahawk steaks.
fucking that's like 5 cows. But
Yeah.
Right.
my main guy kind of put me on timeout until I can do more auditions from home. Where I get the good lighting and stuff. So that's understandable. But I'll be back in a year and a half, and I'll put the body on him, man. And yeah, so I'll be somebody's grandfather or father and do it up and see what happens.
That's
I
really
don't.
cool.
I don't think he's gonna maybe be the grandfather. You don't look that
Which
old
I don't
yet.
mind. What would it be for some young 12-year-old? They got kidnapped, and
There
the
you go.
dad he's a beta guy, and well shit, we might have to get grandpa.
That's
And
right.
would you say where is he? Let's go get him.
There you go.
Right.
Right? Yeah. So you
That's
never
cool.
know. I don't care. I do it. I am that old. I've got a granddaughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got two great grandchildren. One of them was just recently
Congratulations.
born. So
Congratulations. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Um,
love having a big family.
well, my wife and I, we have 6 kids,
Shoot,
17 grandchildren,
that's a
and two
lot.
great grands. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
you
Yeah,
got
we
to
taught
get a
our
lot of
kids.
you. You got a big freezer full of steaks, I bet.
Yeah, man,
When
trust
you
me.
have your hey Sunday family day, you're going to be cooking. That kitchen's going to be hot.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, good,
My
man,
wife already
good.
said, so, but yeah, we have a freezer full of meat, and of course, our kids they say, "Hey, Dad or Mom, got a steak or something like that," and so
Uh-huh.
it's all cool, but
Yeah, it is. That's the beauty of
yeah,
life is supporting your family. That's the main thing we want to do is
absolutely,
good.
Yep.
That's the main thing we do is good men, right? Yeah.
that's right. First thing,
Yeah,
first
that's
thing,
it. The first thing.
yeah,
That's it. That's why I don't care about this whole my guy, and I respect it, bro, but the auditions coming from the stairwell. Okay, there's a white wall, but the lighting sucks. Well, I got to do it here, and the sound's not that good because I'm in the emergency exit or wherever I might do the performance. Well, we can't do it like that, Robert. I'm like, well, I can't do it until I get her off to Stanford. So it is what it is. I'll be back
Right.
absolutely,
for sure because after that, anything else to do.
yeah,
I don't really like watching TV. I want to be in that motherfucker.
that's
So,
right.
Right.
so I'm just gonna be weird like I am and exercise all the time and give it another good hit. Yeah,
Well, that's
Well, if you
cool.
could do
and
another
the stuff
movie,
that I've done. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if you do another horror movie, who would you want to be like a co-host? Not co-host, but another actor to work with you.
I got to play, and this is like a side note from your question. I got to play Hands in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game, and I was supposed to be Leatherface's uncle, and I got in a
Okay.
bar fight, and I shaved this guy's face off, and I gave it to my nephew, right? And that was the gist of the story of that performance. So, on your question, just like working, man. That sounds so freaking like a cop out, but I just like working, man. I like working. So whoever I get to work with, then I will. Danielle Harris, Taylor Compton Scout. We did this Last Chance Motel last year, so it's a good budget, man. And I was the main killer, which was kind of weird because again, back to what I said earlier about the women thing, and so I've never corpses, I'm just kind of in the background being the sexy dude. Now that I'm older, I got to get in there, and it's weird being, having a woman tied up and being mean to her, and
Yeah,
when they're good actors, they're shivering a little bit and shaking and shit, and they're crying, and you can see the fear in their eyes, and you have to enjoy it and do that shit, right? So it was a night shoot. I drove home after shooting, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm hoping to get ahead. 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm hoping to get ahead in traffic because we shot it on the opposite side of town from where I live in LA, in which it's like if there's no one on the freeway, you drive through LA in 45 minutes. It's rush hour. That could be 3 hours, right? So I'm
right.
like, I'm kind of focusing on the road or whatever, and kind of whatever went through my mind would just happen. The experience of that and of her being a phenomenal actor, a freaking a tear went down my cheek, and I'm like, don't you dare, don't
Yeah,
worry about that, don't be sad about her. You did it. That was
Wow.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last
That
Chance
just means you
Motel.
did it good.
Yeah, did it good, man. Last Chance Motel. That should be pretty awesome. We'll see when it comes out, and I'm excited about that one. But yeah, man. No, I just like doing it, man. I don't know. I would love to work with anyone that'll work with me. I love doing it. I don't if I'm the first name on the call sheet or the last name, it doesn't matter. I just love doing it.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
What's one thing that really creeps you out?
Oh yeah, that's
And as
good.
far as what? As far as what?
As far as uh, a lot of people don't like the clowns, stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Something that really
Heights.
just creeps you out. Heights. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
heights.
yeah, yeah. When I was young, I used to have to get drunk to fly, and but I had to get past that, right? Because I fly all the time. But yeah, I don't like being really high up in the air.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said something earlier about jumping out of an airplane. I don't know why anybody wants to
yeah,
jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Wait a
yeah.
minute
Right,
now.
exactly. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done
That
that.
No,
that wouldn't be me. You've done that?
no,
Yeah, I've done that many times.
Have you?
no.
Yeah, no. I don't. I want them to keep the door shut on the plane. I don't want to hear. I don't want to smell that air up there.
Yeah, it's
I
different.
get my
It's
heart
different.
rate up. Even smelling that air would make me nervous. Let alone looking out the window, looking out that door, or being attached to a freaking parachute and jumping out. Oh no! I
Yeah,
want my
I've,
feet on the
I've
ground.
I've jumped out when everybody looked so tiny. Everything looked
Mm.
tiny,
Then it
but
gets
it was
bigger.
a good ride down. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
You know, for a thrill seeker, and I used to have one, and I'm a little bit healthier now, so I sold my motorcycle. But I like having a fast, strong, 1700 cc, 110 horsepower motorcycle.
Right.
And make sure the pavement's nice and dry, and you got good tires and brakes, and that's kind of like the biggest thrill for me. As far as thrill seeking something. Yeah, but I haven't. I sold my bike about 5 years ago, right during the pandemic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Huh. I
That's
never
about when I
really
got rid
was.
of mine.
Yeah.
yeah.
I never really was a motorcycle guy. But I did jump out of a lot of airplanes and drove a race car for a little bit. But
That's fun. That's fun.
yeah,
I've
that
been
was
on
one
the
of.
autobahn. On the autobahn, I've been up to 160 miles an hour. I played basketball in Germany, and this guy picked me up in a big, 500 sedan, a Mercedes, and in miles per hour, we got up to 106. The road is so marble smooth, and
Yep.
we
Hmm.
got up to 100 back then. We got up to 160 miles an hour. That was pretty amazing. That was my fastest speed. 135 here in America. My brother had a Genesis like 10 years ago with the 5.0
Yeah.
and Hyundai car. And I'm like, what? This car goes this? And he showed me where it had big brakes and everything. And they made it to mimic a BMW. And so we had that sucker going 135. And that was pretty fast on the American roads and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty fast. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
I think I think well, I've topped 200, and
Whoa.
yeah, and
Yeah, I
it
never
was
felt that.
Charlotte International Speedway.
Yeah, yeah, up on the big track.
And of course, I grew up with my uncles and stuff like that running back when Charlotte was a dirt track. Um,
NASCAR.
yeah, so
Yeah,
but I got out of that. It was I moved on to be a firefighter and so on and so forth. But
perfect, perfect. Now
yeah,
you're saving people that go too fast.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I did that.
cutting that car open and pulling those bodies out and taking them to the
Yeah,
hospital.
I've
Yeah,
done that for 20 plus years. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, hey, somebody's got to do it. I just happen to enjoy doing that.
It's a good career. My first cousin that I was raised near, he's got a really nice pension. He did it for, well, he worked for the fire department for 35 years. I mean, he went from that, being on the back of the truck to the front of the truck to building inspector and fire investigator to he's retiring soon. But yeah, he did really well for himself.
Yeah, I hit arson investigator there for a while,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
things like that.
yeah,
Probably the most fun was engineer, and
yeah.
so
Driving
seen a
that
lot of
truck.
big players. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
from
yeah,
Wilmington, North Carolina, so
yeah.
right on the beach, right on the East Coast, and
Uh,
I learned a lot and seen a lot. So,
uh-huh. Yeah,
but absolutely.
yeah.
Um, so you said that you got some stuff coming out that you indie films that you've done. Um, do you have anything that's on the immediate horizon that you're going to be working on? And can you let everybody know what that is?
That I've already done. Yeah, it's hard with indies because who's to say when it's going to come out? You know what I mean? Because sometimes
Right.
you get a release date and then a release date, and then it changes and back and forth. So, I'm not necessarily. There's a rumor, there's this Crow fan thing that I worked on, but it was supposed to come out last year, and then 6 months ago, and now allegedly next month. So we'll see what happens with that. And I had a pretty good character in that, and kind of like a gangster hitman. But yeah, no, this I'm really excited about Last Chance Motel. That was a really dark project. They had the trailer out for a while. They did a little tease. I think they're kind of holding on, wanting a bigger distributor than what they've done. So we'll see what happens with that. But no, that's it, man. Just kind of trying to stack up my resume.
Ben
Absolutely.
from our comic said, "Did you keep anything from the House of a Thousand Corpses, like props or anything?"
Back then, I didn't know about the collector, people being collectors and
Yeah.
liking souvenirs from the set. But projects, they're so, from what I remember, those guys were that they make sure you turned in your socks that you were wearing.
Wow.
Yeah. So no, I don't have shit, man. I think I still have the boots that I wore in that. I wear size 17, so often I have, especially in the indies, it's all my wardrobe. But on those projects, often it's my stuff. So yeah, I didn't get to keep any of that stuff. No, I don't have any. I wish. Yeah.
Well, maybe you should take some of those things that you wore in there, man, and you can sell them and make you some cash.
Yeah, yeah. People say that. I uh I might get a replica because they're pretty inexpensive nowadays of that Bears hat thing that I was wearing and take
Mm-hmm.
that to conventions. You guys are talking about Brett. I guess he does some of that from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
worked on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't made it to that level of being so committed. But I do have some of the best, and I've been complimented. And the guy working on the movie that was taking still photographers for the movie, he gave me a bunch of photos.
Hmm.
So I've got some of the best photos in the business. So I feel like that's it, man. I've got beautiful behind the scene photos from the movie.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's
yeah.
cool.
So,
You'll see in August. Like they're really good. Sometimes I have DVDs and like these money bags, but from the movie, like with the movie poster or whatever, or the liquor store sign. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, people like that. But yeah, yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
Wow. Well, that'll be cool. I'm gonna have to go over and get me some of that memorabilia from that.
Yeah,
Right.
looking forward to seeing you guys, man. What do we have? Like 5 more months away? 3 more months? How far away are we? Four?
Four, by the right at
April?
4.
4 months? Yeah,
Yeah.
Five
yeah.
months. 5 months. Right at five.
5 months. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
excited to come out there.
Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of people that's they're really really wanting to meet you when you come out, and in fact, I was talking to a guy today. Um, we of course we advertise our event everywhere we go,
Perfect.
and
Uh-huh.
but this guy said he wanted to know who's coming to the event, and then of course I always start out with you, and he's
Thank
like,
you.
no, not yeah, and he says I remember him, and I mean, he could tell me all of your character, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
good.
so yeah, he says my whole family's coming.
You guys don't get a lot of conventions in that area,
No,
so I'm glad you're keeping horror alive, and let's hope that we get the convention popular enough to where you keep doing it every year.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're well. This is actually our fifth year that we're going
Perfect,
into, and
perfect,
we have other people that's you know already trying to book for next year and that type of
perfect,
thing.
man.
And
Perfect.
so we're catching on to people, and
Yeah,
and this area is a little bit hard to work sometimes.
yeah, it is.
We live in the Bible Belt, so
Bible Belt. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
yeah,
of course, us with being a paranormal team, and we're just kind of putting this event on. Um,
Uh-huh.
we bring in the paranormal and stuff like that, and our first con, that's what it was. It was mainly a paranormal con, and then we got William Perry, stuntman. Bill Perry
Uh-huh.
came in, and um, Sonia Thompson from The Walking Dead and things
I
like
like her. I like her.
and then we started picking up, and of course Sonia's real good friends with
She's
us.
so friendly. She's such a friendly individual. She's so
Oh,
cool.
yeah, she
yeah, and then
is.
of
Yeah.
course we had
Uh,
Santiago Cirillo come in, and he's
He's
great,
fun. He's
right?
he's
Yeah,
funny. Yeah. I
and
like
and
him.
it's just kind of gone up from that point, and we're just blessed to have this whole event, and another step up with bringing you in, and some of the other guys, Keith Age and things like that.
Oh yeah, I like Keith. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Keith's crazy.
I talk to Keith
The
two or three times a week.
nice. The paranormal, that's our connection is through Keith. He
Yes.
he referred me to you guys. The
Yes.
paranormal that element, that aspect is, it connects to horror
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Like Texas Frightmare started off. No, I'm sorry. What's that show in Kentucky? Scarefest. My
Scarefest.
dear friends, yeah, and I love those guys at Scarefest. Those guys started off as paranormal and in conjunction with horror, and there's a super, bless you, super popular convention, man. Like 40,000 people for the weekend, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a good combination, and I'm excited to be a part of your growth with that.
Absolutely, and we appreciate it. Hey, I do have a question.
Sure.
My beautiful wife came in and said, "What is the weirdest thing that has happened to you with a fan?"
Uh, I do tattoo conventions too. I
cool.
sign autographs at tattoo conventions, and so like writing my name on someone's body. I think that's kind of, it feels weird a little bit, but they love the movie so
Right.
much, and then they get it tattooed and take a picture with me the next day and stuff like that. So that's kind of like that, I think. I don't really get a lot of weirdness,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
would kind of make me feel weird too.
Yeah, does it? Yeah, right. My name. Are you sure?
Right?
I did
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
that with
right.
my kids when they were like 5 and 6 years old.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
them write on my
I've got
arm, and then I had it tattooed.
I've got my daughters on my legs, both of them, and yeah. And when they were little, I'm like, "Do you guys like this?" And I just wanted them to know how proud I am of them, and then they said yes, of course. And that was my first tattoo, is getting my daughter's name tattooed below my, like right above my ankle and below my calf, like closer to the
Mhm.
calf, like under. So if I, as an actor, do you have any tattoos? Oh no, I don't have any tattoos. Let's go. Because
Well,
sometimes they want to do their own tattoos or the air or the type of person you're playing, or some guy in the woods, he doesn't have any fancy artwork on his body. He was in prison, so he might have prison tattoos. So I can't really do too much. But
Right.
I love body art. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so yeah, signing my name with someone that felt a little unique,
Sure.
But they
Absolutely.
love them. They love the movie so much, man.
Yeah, my wife reminded me. Yes, I have a tattoo. I have a tattoo of a raven, and I
Nice.
have a name underneath that, and that is
Uh-huh.
my wife's name. So
Oh, under a crow, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Uh-oh. Yeah. All right.
she reminds
How
people too.
how long you guys been married?
Oh my gosh, forever.
That's good.
It's
Good for
yeah,
you.
it's been we're working at 30 years. So
She's not letting you go.
no, no,
No.
Yeah.
nah.
Good.
I,
Good man. Good man.
yeah, I wouldn't. I put up with a lot sometimes, and so does she. But
We have
yeah,
to. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I couldn't do anything without her, and she
Yeah.
is yeah, she is my lifeline. All of our kids are moved on and got
Yeah.
kids of their own and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah.
every day I live for her. If you know what I mean.
Hmm. I know what you mean. I've got a new one. Like 6 months we've been together, and she's got a little 2-year old.
Oh,
So I've
congratulations.
got to be, yeah, I've got to be healthy for that. But we care about each other deeply, and I try to make you know moves for the future of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
So
absolutely.
yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, that's good to have, man. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's been a trip, but we're still going, and we're gonna go right on to the end.
Perfect, perfect.
Yep, yep. And Ben Bracken says he has 29 tattoos and wanting more.
Good.
Yeah. I can't. I don't even know how
Yeah,
29.
many I got.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Body art is
it,
super, super popular.
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
it is.
it my granddaughter is trying to start into the tattoos and things like that. So
Uh-huh.
I said, hey, baby, whatever you want to do, if it, help brightens your future, then do it. And
Yeah, 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 it makes you happy. Yeah, that's it.
absolutely. So,
Well, guys, go ahead.
well, I know we're kind of running. We've got about 8 minutes, 7 minutes, or something. Tell everybody where you're going to be. I know you got some other events just coming up, right?
I've got a couple coming up. I don't have my schedule in front of me, but I do so many, right?
Right,
So
right.
it's harder. But I know that I'm going to Kentucky, and I got to do a promo video for my friend that's a promoter there in 10 days, 8 days. Not this weekend coming up, but the following. And then I've got Baltimore at the end of this month, and Cincinnati the following month, and I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. Typically, I do a post on my Instagram to share my locations and stuff. But I don't have anything in your area at all, so I'm
Okay,
excited to get out there. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm excited to get out there with you guys.
Yeah, we're stoked. We can't hardly wait, and uh, we talk amongst ourselves about you, sir. So
Hmm.
about you coming to the con, I can't wait till he
Yeah,
comes
good.
in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, to let everybody know, Robert's going to be at Deep South Paracomic Con August 8th and 9th at the Enterprise Civic Center,
Yep.
and we want everybody to come out, visit Robert, go buy some stuff from Robert, get everything signed, and
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know he'll even sign your forehead if you want.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Put
that'd
put
be
his
risky.
name on your body, that type
Yeah.
of thing.
I might even
Um,
tattoo it for you.
yeah,
That's
right.
right.
There you go. Yeah, I like the paranormal vibe, and I believe in it. And I'm excited to be a part of your show. I once had someone interview me with the recorder that only records sounds that we can't hear, I guess.
Right, right.
And so she was interviewing me, I've got a grandmother. She was a 100% American Indian, and I really feel like I've had some close calls in my life, you know, and I really feel like that my grandmother was kind of protecting me, you
Yeah,
know,
Right.
And yeah, because I saw I was young when she passed away, but she lived to be 95 back then. Yeah, so I was a little scared of her because she was in a hospital and everything, and that's a little scary for a kid to see. But yeah, man. I definitely believe in the paranormal and spirits are still, in between here and wherever they're going and stuff, places can be haunted,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah. You build a building on a burial ground or something like that, it might not be so good, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
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 Have you
We
ever
So
been on Have you ever been on an investigation?
I have not. No, I have
You
not.
try that one time.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They're interesting, huh?
It's a
Yes.
different world. Trust me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Well,
We've
nice
been.
catching up with you guys, man. And I'm super excited to be a part of your show.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and letting everybody know how Robert Mukes is, and man, we can't wait. And uh, yeah, just get ready to have fun.
Keep it going, right? I want some of that Southern fried chicken
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. You're gonna get it. You're gonna
And some
get it.
boiled peanuts.
Some bull.
and a big ass tomahawk steak,
That's
a
right.
hundred
That's right.
a $100 steak.
That's right. All right. We might can work that out.
Yeah, good.
But no chitlins, right?
No chitlins, man.
No chitlins. I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
I
All
like
right,
those
brother.
chitlins too. All right, well, take care. Nice catching up with you.
You
Nice
too,
to meet
sir.
you. Hope to see you soon.
See you guys in a few months.
All
There we
right,
go.
sir. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening.
Take care.
Thank you. All right, Michael. Man, that was a great show.
Yep.
Awesome show. Um, Robert's a good guy, and we're gonna have a really, really good time at the con.
That's
And
right.
so, what do you think stands out about the con that this year that other than Robert coming and being one of our guests, new location. It's
New location.
kind of like starting over a little bit. Don't you think?
Well, we started from a little bitty venue, and we went to a little bit bigger venue. Excuse me. I think the venue this time is maybe a little bit smaller than the last venue, but it's going to be more open. It's going to be outside. Um, we're going to have vendors outside.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, food,
Ben. Yep. Food galore.
food.
Ben. Ben. It said you said 6'10" is his height. Yes, sir.
Yes.
6'10". Ben. I'm taller than you, so you're gonna really have to look up at him. Um,
You're going to get
and
your neck brace.
yeah, Teresa, she's kind of short too. Um, well, she's medium height for a lady. Um, but yeah, he's taller than Richard.
Mm.
So Richard Jameson. Yes, yes, that's right. Dungeons and Dragons gaming and reenactments at the con. So we have that D&D uh, reenactment outside. Yes, you are petite, my
Petite.
love. But
Some sword
so
fighting.
some sword fighting, absolutely. And in the back of the con, now of course we've lowered the tickets this year. At the door they're $10. Online they're $8. $5 added to that, you get to go and play games in the back there, board games. And so we got some great people that's going to head up these games and stuff. And Ethan is Ethan Coate is going to do that, and it's going to be a lot of fun back there. Now, back in the day, I played D&D, but that was when we made our own stuff. Drew them out on
Yeah.
paper. Back in the day, and I done forgot how to do all this stuff
The
now.
old school D&D.
Old school D&D, yeah. Had to use your imagination, that
Yeah.
type of thing, and
That's the thing with kids today. They don't have no imagination.
No, not really. Everything is, and now the AI is around.
Yeah,
That's even worse now. It's like, hey, what? Let's come up with a character, okay? AI, that type of thing. So,
I
and
used
it
to tell the
does,
kids that all the time growing up. Go outside and play. Well, there ain't nothing to do. Use your imagination.
yep. So now I guess they go, so, okay, let's bring up AI and so they can tell me what to do outside. You know,
Yeah,
no, they want to play video games and stay inside and that type of thing. But hey, times change,
that's right.
and but also Teresa reminded me a cosplay contest. Miss Shawana Coleman, our cosplay director, she has got this cosplay going, and we got some guests, um, cosplay guests. And y'all, I apologize, but I don't remember those yet, those ladies' names, the cosplayers. But they're on the website, deepsouthparacomicon.com. You go over there. You can go to the website to buy tickets, to see all the itineraries, everything that's going on in that building and on those grounds. Okay, Loopy Lotus. That's just a totally interesting name there. So
Yep.
but we want everybody to come out, get into the cosplay, wear your favorite costume. But you got to register now, and there's some guidelines that you got to go through to get to register and to get into the contest. So
Just try to keep it PG.
oh yeah, parental guidance, right?
Right.
So yes, vendors. We have vendors that signing up just every week, sometimes every day. Um, we
Still
are
need
we
sponsors.
still need sponsors, absolutely. We do still have a few spots for vendors. Excuse me.
Don't. That's contagious.
Yeah, I know that is right. I am wore out. But yeah, we still need a few vendors on the inside. We have plenty of room on the outside. Y'all go check out the website for the vendor pricing and stuff like that. It's a little cheaper outside. We're going to have guests galore. Of course, one of the guests was tonight, Robert Mukes. Lee Triana Terry Brown. She's going to be one of our guests. And, you know, she is a beautiful soul.
Are we going
And
to have her on this show soon?
I, Lee is
She's
she's a
busy.
busy, but I'm gonna try to get her on the show. Um, Maybe I can get her, Matt, Gwen, and Blaine all together, and you
That'll
know,
be a heck of a show.
oh yeah, that is right. But I mean, they do have a network of their own, and um, Teresa says would like an inflatable vendor for the kids or something for the kids. Hey, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, absolutely. We got workshops, and
There's
we're
Mr. Blaine Rohan right there.
hey Blaine. Um, we've got so many fantastic guests, and just coming out for the guests is going to be enough. But then they got all the extra activities that goes along with it, and you know when you come in, you go see these vendors, and we've got all kinds of different kinds of vendors that's going to have all kinds of different products. We have vendors that's going to have baked goods, just all sorts of things. And as you meander through the vendors and then you get over by the guest, you get to go and see Robert Mukes and Litriana and Blaine, and um, you're going to get to see
Richard
Dave.
Johnson and his wife.
Yep. And we just signed a guest, and everybody will see the announcement for that coming. Uh, and this person may actually do a workshop. Not sure yet. We're kind of waiting a little bit to see exactly if they would want to do that. And but it's a very good guest, and It's something that people around here are interested in, and things like that. So, um, but this con is going to be phenomenal. You know, the venue, as you talked about, was a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's just a grunt smaller on the inside, but it's
Right.
way nicer than the venue we were in. Um, and not to take anything away from that venue, what it is what it is.
Right.
uh, we were able to have fun and get in there and that type of thing. But this one is a little more designed for things, and we're gonna have plenty of room for things, and the stage doesn't get in the way of us and stuff. It's kind of built in, kind of like uh, the one in Dothan, and so that's a good thing. It's a plus. We'll have the stage up there. They'll be doing the cosplay stuff on the stage. There's not a lot of interference, and then we're going to have Lilia Bogiva. Uh, she's going to be there, and they may be performing on the outside.
Cool.
So she's a phenomenal person. We had her last year and the year
Yeah.
prior. Her interpretive dance is just off this earth, and I just enjoyed watching her. Uh, and me being an old fat guy, you know, watching how she moved up there, thinking there's no way in the sun I can even
Uh,
think about move. I can't even move my arms the way she moved her arms. So,
right.
just watching that, and it's amazing.
And
And
just talking with them, just was great conversation with them, her and her
oh yeah,
husband.
exactly. And he's a good drummer, a good
Yeah.
musician, as she is, and it's just an amazing thing. And we're gonna have such a good time there. And of course, Keith Age, the rock and roll ghost hunter, he's coming in, and Keith is just a hoot to talk to, man. I like I said, I talk to him 2 or 3 times a week sometimes, and we just we talk about the con, but we talk about some crazy crap too.
Yeah.
What if this and how about that? And so Keith is just he,
He'll be posting all this food, good looking food on his Facebook. And I'm like, look, man, I'm trying to lose weight and you're wanting to put all this good looking food on here. He said,
yeah,
sorry, brother.
yeah, exactly. And so Keith has become a staple to our con, and he has become a good friend to me, and I just think the world of him. And he has got the biggest heart
Yeah.
of somebody, and big rough and tough biker dude like he is, and he just got a big old baby heart, and we just love him to death, think the world of him, and as far as I'm concerned, he's a staple to the con,
Right.
and of course Blaine Rowan, he's in the chat. He's one of our superior guests, um, empath medium, um, military guy, uh, just just a fantastic guy. I've known Blaine a long time and investigated with him. He is very, very knowledgeable about the paranormal, um, and just willing to help any and everybody. And he knows a lot about spirit kids, and just he's just a very smart guy. And we're blessed to have him. I'm blessed to have him as a friend, and he's just that way. And hopefully this year we get to meet his wife. He's been
Mhm.
coming to our event for some years now, and hadn't been able to meet his wife. She's either worked or something. She couldn't come, and I'm pretty excited. And Keith's wife is coming too, so
Cool.
we get to meet her as well, and we get to meet the person that keeps Keith straight.
That's hard to do.
That's got to be hard to do. So,
She
um,
got her hands full.
absolutely, and
Both of
but
them.
yeah, uh, of course Matt Brown's coming, Lee Triana's husband, and we always say that Lee Triana's husband, Matt, in his self, of course, military guy. Um, he does this grounding and shielding workshop. He is a special guy as well. Uh, really knows the paranormal.
Yeah.
Just knows life in general. And sometimes to be a paranormal investigator, that's what you have to do. You have to know life and event, in general, and experience things. And Lee Triana is just a beautiful soul and a hoot to be around. And it's got to be crazy sometimes being her husband. I mean, and I don't mean that in a bad way whatsoever. I'm just saying, yeah, he's got to know his stuff. And
Right.
so, and I'm sure they're going to be bringing some haunted items and that type of thing. And then of course Gwen Johns, she is a beautiful soul as well. And they have all access TV, and it's they do podcasts. Y'all go check them out over there. It's Blaine's part of that as well. Um, y'all go check them out. And they have so many shows, so many great guests over that way. And I try to, of course, I'm doing this quite a bit, and so are you, Michael. And there's something else. I'm gonna have to announce this, and I haven't really been able to touch base with you very much about it, Michael. But now this Friday we're gonna have an extra episode of Smoke. All right, and we are gonna have Jatin Patel, the
Oh Lord.
the Redneck Raja. He is coming in, and we're going to be making some announcements on that about two other podcasts. And so it's everything is broadening, and it's I'm getting ready to totally retire from the butchering uh, next month, and so on top of everything else that I have to do, um, working on building our rest of our house and stuff like that, um, and then my farm and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing full time podcasting,
Right.
and so Michael,
If
get
y'all
me
don't know Jatin Patel, the Redneck Raja, y'all have got to tune in for this show on Friday because you're gonna laugh your butt off.
absolutely. And
Literally.
Jatine is also a guest at Deep South Bear Comic Con, and we're going to be doing some crazy stuff there. So y'all just get ready. And if you don't like to laugh, then you might just scroll on by because. But if you like to laugh and just have a good time, then Deep South Fair Comic Con is the place to come. And this radio podcast and this network, the Web Radio Network, we have a lot of radio shows on this one as well. We on Monday, every other Mondays, we have the Darker Side of the Moon with Fox Paranormal, and then on the other Mondays that they're not on, you have Everything Under the Moon with Becky, McKitty Goddison, and Kira, and then Tuesday, Spooky Things with Debbie at 7, and then at 9 our time, we have Explaining the Unexplainable. That's with brother Joshua Sparks and Mercedes Lucky Benedict. And you guys will be seeing brother Joshua Sparks on our show coming real soon. And that's the show where we're going to be diving into the basements and everything about the Vatican.
A
And
lot of things you don't know.
right. And so that's going to be an interesting show. So y'all just keep watching out for that. There'll be I'm gonna try my best to get out some announcements a little bit sooner, but of course, whenever I fully retire, that's something I'll be doing announcements for every single podcast on the network, and also some other stuff. Of course, my wife has a list of things for me, not just honeydew lists outside, but doing stuff for the podcast, for doing stuff for the websites, for the con and things of that nature. And we got other websites we're going to be working on, and My wife is just absolutely great at that stuff. She's teaching me a lot,
Yeah,
and
y'all stay busy on that with that con. They keep y'all very busy.
oh yeah, and not only that, on top of the con, we got Medieval Faith Fest. It's in November that we're
Right.
working on too at the same time. And I don't see how Teresa does it sometimes, but she'll say,
I
"Okay,
don't
I need
either.
this," and I'm like, "Oh hell, you need what? When?" So, but of course, next month when I retire, I'll have a little bit more time. I'm not gone 3 days a week like I am now, and I'll be able to jump back in and get things taken care of like she needs, and take some of that off of her. I've seen her work on Deep South Bear Comic Con, and I want everybody to know this. I have seen her work on this online, on the phone. She has a business phone, she has her personal phone,
Yep.
and the computer. I've seen her sit there and work on this till she was just dropping her head because she's so exhausted and falling asleep. And I would have to say, okay, this is enough for one day, but I've got to get this. No, it's enough for one day. And it's like I said, you can't keep doing that because that's just totally exhausting, and it causes health issues and things like that. And we can't do that.
Right.
And so I've got to do a little better job myself, getting in there and helping her. I've been trying. And so next month, when all that's gone and behind me, and it might be before next month, it's all according to the doctor. And,
Yep.
uh, I may be having surgery. Um,
Tricia
yes,
says you bring her a lot of coffee.
I do. I do. And sometimes I bring her sweet cakes and she smiles, but then she says, "We shouldn't be eating this." No, we shouldn't be eating this, but we do. And not a lot. I have to say that I've done really well with my sugar and things like that. It's getting really manageable. And but
I actually
um,
weighed myself the other night and I'm finally down below 300.
cool, cool. I haven't weighed myself, but I do feel like that I've lost weight. Teresa says it looks like in my face I've lost weight and things like that. Uh, and medically, of course, this is not really the place for it, but my sugar is running 115, and that's a big, big difference from 325 to
Yeah.
400. And so, as long as I do what the doctor says and stuff, the diabetes is manageable. Unfortunately, I won't never get completely away from it, but it's manageable. So it's not so detrimental to my body. But um, you know, having having a great wife like I do, she chastises me when she needs to, whenever I'm not eating correctly, and then of course I bring her a cake and say, "You want this?" and she goes, "Uh-huh." And so that's my fault. But you know, so um, so we're just proud to be alive to be able to do this, and but this event is evolving into something, and it's taking on its own personality, and I just can't. Standing back behind scenes, looking at everything. And Teresa and I was talking about this the other day. How things are evolving, how things are coming about, and the people that it's actually affecting and reaching. It's amazing.
Yep.
This started out kind of like the paranormal team. Teresa and I and Shawana and one of our ex founders, um, we were on another team that was local, and he decided he didn't want to do it anymore, stuff like that. So Teresa and I had been talking about it, but she came up to me and said, "What are we doing about the paranormal?" And I said, "We're starting our own team. That's what we're doing." And then she said, "What we're going to call it?" And I said, "Web Paranormal Group." And that how that birthed out, and it's been growing ever since. And of course, we've had a bunch of members come and go.
Yeah.
Some that kind of wanted to stick their head in the door and say, "Hey," and get experience with it. And some didn't like it, moved on. And then, of course, I'm very thankful for people like you and your sister Laura and Miss Vera and Debbie and our whole team. Richard and Mr. Ben Bracken and Melissa and Danny. Um, our team has evolved into a great team, and it's we don't get to do things quite as much as we did. Of course, the con kind of takes things right now, but we do have some things planned, and that will be announced soon. Um,
You
we're
get
gonna.
withdrawals.
Oh yeah, definitely. Uh,
I know
I,
I do all the time.
yeah, I was going over some EBPs the other day from Cahaba, and I found myself I wonder what would happen if I went did an EBP session right now. It's like I'm
Yeah.
standing, I'm in the studio here, and um, of course nobody hears my chicks anymore, right? It's because I moved them,
No,
and
that was
because
nature.
I know I have incubators sitting next to me now, so that's kind of like boneless chicken, if you will,
Right. And chicken nuggets.
chicken nuggets, yeah. But so I moved the incubators in because of the heat. That couldn't really incubate that many eggs, but that's part of our farm stuff that we're doing. And um, have some paranormal chicken. I am getting ready to uh, have some zombie chickens, so that's kind of on the paranormal side. So we'll be doing some cases soon. Yes, we will. The baby is here now, and Shawana's grandbaby is due in May. Yay!
That's
So
good.
yeah, that was some of the things that was holding us back. And then once I get through with my surgery, and I do know I'm gonna have to have surgery, um, my situation is getting a little worse, and I have an MRI I have to go to tomorrow, and then uh, the latter part of April I'll be having surgery probably.
Right.
And when I do have surgery, that's probably going to end me up from my job. So
Yeah.
that's the reason I say that I'll probably end up retiring before May, because that's going to kick me out about 8 weeks, and it's according
Yeah.
to how much damage is done, on my neck and stuff. So it but in the end, it's going to be good. I'll be able to move without pain, maybe, and if I do have pain, maybe it's a little more manageable right now. And I'm going to get to that, Teresa. Hang on tight. Um, but it's going to be a little more manageable, and maybe I can climb Polly Jail stairs without hurting so much and feeling dizzy.
Right.
Uh, but okay, Teresa just hit on thing. Free tickets. Free tickets. All right. So I'm going to do it like this. I know we have a lot of people that's part of the con that's in our chat, things like that. I want to throw a trivia question out to everybody. All right. And I'm going to give um, a free ticket to each household. It got to be a household. It's not one ticket, one free ticket per person. It is per household. Because, so we had a guest tonight that was a very, very interesting guest. So, what the trivia question is: what was his main role in the House of a Thousand Corpses? And if you can come on this post, and I know the show's going to be ending here soon, where we're over, but that's okay. You come on this post and you comment what the answer is. Each family that gets the question correct, I'm going to give each family a free ticket. It doesn't have to be one. If there's 25 families, um, then I'm going to give each one of them a free ticket. But it has to be per household.
And the correct answer.
And the correct answer, right? So you know what the answer is. I know
Yeah.
what the answer is. And some of our constituents that's in the chat know what the answer is. But all you people that's not getting into the con can answer, but our guests and stuff that's in the chat room and some of our team members and stuff, y'all can't win. So, but
That's you, Ben.
that's you, Ben. But so, Michael, I want you, when you get off here, you can go on your Facebook and ask this very same question. Let them know we asked it on the show. To go over to the show and answer the question. Go over to the show page. They can answer on yours if you want to, but I want everybody to see everybody's answers. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
So, um, and then we'll start dispersing the the tickets to people that gets them, that wins and so on and so forth. But you just got to remember, it's got to be per household. And we're going to have a fantastic time at the con this year, and I want people to be able to come out and enjoy it. And that's the reason we lowered our ticket prices. We honestly speaking, we have to have money to put this on, so that's the reason for the tickets.
And the
And
answer's really easy.
oh yeah, the answer is
All you
real.
just got to do is just open your eyes.
That's right. And if you're not real sure, go back and watch the
What?
podcast again.
Well, just watch the podcast anyway.
Yeah, watch the podcast and let us know where we screwed up and stuff like that. But just go back. You'll be able to get the answer there. And then go down in the comments and say what the answer is. But don't forget to put your name, because some people don't have we have to have their correct name, not Danny Boy's Facebook page. We have to have the correct, and, you know, and we do ask for addresses and that type of thing, um, just for general information. But so, you know, I think about how the con is coming about, and the people that's been involved over the years, and you know it's pretty amazing. And
Right.
and somebody that is returning to Deep South Paracomic Con that we signed a couple of days ago. This is not the one that's kind of surprising, but Jeremy Leonard, the Demon Cageologist, is returning to
Right.
Deep South Paracomic Con this year.
He was at our first two
He
Comic
was
Cons.
yes, Jeremy. He was when we were in Daleville. He was there. Ozark. He was there. They had to skip a year. He had some other things going on, and then he came back, and now he's coming back again, and so it's awesome. Jeremy's a great guy. Um, so y'all make sure in August you come out and see the Cajun demonologist. He is very, very knowledgeable about things. The paranormal. He was on 28 Days Haunted. Um, a demon cageologist. Stan, what is in your coffee? Uh, I wish I had coffee. Um, but he is okay. Maybe I missaid that. Anyway, he is a Cajun demonologist. Okay, so the Cajun demonologist, if you will. But Jeremy's a great guy, and he 28 Days Haunted goes to Morgan City.
That's a good
Yeah.
series to watch.
Oh yeah, y'all go check
Both
him
of
out.
them.
Yeah, and of course Jeremy had a heart attack during
Yeah.
28 Days Haunted, and for him to come back and complete that is amazing.
Right.
So, and then of course, yes, I said it backward. Uh, when I get tired, I'm dyslexic. Okay, so but yeah, it's pretty amazing. And like I said, we're gonna release this other guest soon. Release the information, if you will. We don't have the guest tied up or anything. We're just gonna release the information. And I think everybody will like it. And but you know, I just want to remind everybody, August 8th and 9th at the Civic Center in Enterprise.
Enterprise,
Deep,
Alabama.
that's right, Deep South Fair Comic Con. Y'all come out and see the Ghostbusters of Alabama, the Dothan Ashford edition. Ben Bracken and his crew, Danny Andrews, Melissa Bracken. He's got some other folks that is going to be coming. I think they recently joined his group, and you know, Ben will. We'll have some more of that stuff. We're going to do some official release on some of that soon as Ben. Listen to me. As soon as you get me some photographs and stuff like that, so I can release um, the actual thing that you guys are coming. So people can bring their kids in. Ben Bracken.
Take
And,
some pictures.
oh yeah, take some pictures. And Ben said they got lots of new stuff for their table. And we want everybody to bring your kids over there and have pictures taken with the Ghostbusters. They can get slime, all kinds of stuff.
And
And
they normally have inflatables.
that's
Um, I think they had Slimer one year. Uh,
right.
what,
Vigo.
yeah, they have a lot of fun stuff for the kids over there,
Absolutely.
and they love doing stuff for the kids.
They do. They're really good people, and we joke and stuff. They're the Ghostbusters and so on and so forth. But
And you
Ben,
got to catch this podcast on tomorrow night, every Thursday night.
that's right. Pop
Pop
culture
culture chaos.
chaos. Yeah, and that's what I earlier when I was talking about it. All the podcasts that's coming to the network is just outstanding, and we're going to be getting into some different things. Oh, Beagle will be back. All right. Um,
I try to catch all of them when they happen.
yeah,
I've been doing a lot of door dashing lately and staying out late, and I've been trying to catch them after I get home. I'll stay up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to watch it. It won't bother me none.
well, okay. Teresa says Webb Paranormal Group and the Alabama Ghostbusters Ashford Division are teaming up. Absolutely.
Yep.
And, those guys have been a staple also. They are a staple to Deep South Fair Comic Con. And, it was pretty amazing to me whenever those guys stepped in and, came to our con. And I just love the Ghostbuster movie, the whole Ghostbuster franchise and things, and we've got some things working with some of the Ghostbuster actors, and we just wasn't able to actually do that this year. Scheduling.
Everybody loves Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, and so um, we get some things kind of loose ends tied in. Maybe we can bring a couple of the actual Ghostbusters in, and
See, we've had them on our. We've been on their show, so we need to get them on our show one night.
oh, they're coming. I'm gonna set that up, and um, you know, pop culture chaos. That is a fantastic show. To if you're into this pop culture stuff, and paranormal is the pop no pop culture, um, it's an amazing thing. So when Ben blessed the network to excuse me bring his show in, we were so excited, and I'm like, yeah, that's something that's just going to make the network better, and we need shows like that out there.
Right.
And but the couple of the new shows that's coming, that's it's a little bit different than what people normally see on the web radio network. I'll just say that. And I've got some loose ends to tie and stuff, but again, smoke another podcast, smoke podcast on Friday at 7 o'clock. Jatine Patel will be our special guest, and that is going to be a crazy ass show.
I met him about 20 years ago, maybe a little longer, and he ain't changed none in that time. None. He is just a nut.
Name the date.
He's talking about for them to be on our show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Uh,
I had a brain
absolutely.
fart.
Uh, oh, a little more than a brain fart, brother. I'm tired. um, but yeah, absolutely. We'll. Oh, by the way, I'll be bringing a lot of chaos to the con. I will have quite a few little
Mini
mini
puss.
puffs with us. That's good. Ben, you and I are gonna get together. We missed you at work today, by the way. You and I are gonna get together, and we're gonna kind of finalize things on that, and that way you can practice some, and I can get it all clear in my head. But we're gonna be doing kind of an involvement with people in the con and vendors and things like that. Um, so, oh no, not good. Migraine. Mm-mm-mm. Migraine, your grain. No, 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 no. Don't want no part of that, sir.
Mm-mm.
I'm praying for you. Praying for you. Um, but you know, there's going to be so many different things happening at the con. It's going, of course, I'm going to be relying on you to kind of help and other parts of our team um, kind of help keep things straight and times and so on and so forth. Um, any vendors out there or anybody that wants to donate some stuff to give away as door prizes and things like that, by all means, get up with us, and we'll make it happen. Advertise your stuff. You got a you know Mike's turkey wigs. That's what you want to. You want to throw a turkey wig in there. We'll give it away,
Yeah.
and just got to make sure that it advertises your business, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And there's going to be some strange things, I do know, and but that's part of the whole scheme of things. Everybody having fun, and the more fun it is, the funny it is, stuff like that. People have fun. And of course, there's a serious side of this stuff too. You get to see Robert Mukes. That's kind of a serious side. He's a serious horror actor. And all right, Teresa has. I'll put that on the screen. There's the vendor list, the where you go, and if you could, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I don't have it tonight, but the next show I'll have a QR code that we can put up on the screen, and people can scan that to go to the website, to go to the vendor list where you can sign up to be a vendor. Um, we just have we want a whole bunch of different type of vendors,
All right.
and
If you can't get through it the first day, come back the next day.
that's right. And so I mean, it's just going to be amazing, and putting this all together, is it's a trip. I ain't gonna lie, it's a trip. And so this year is going to be a bit different. the venue and how things are set up. Um, we have incredible help at at this new venue, and this is the cosplay link that you guys can go to. Of course, you can go to deepsouthparacomicon.com and get to both of those links. And
And you
so
don't have to dress up as a horror character. You can dress up as anything you want as cosplay.
that's right. You want to dress up like a tornado, dress up.
That's right. Come in
Come.
there and blow things around.
That's right. Come blow things around. And here's the link to the workshop, which is also on the website. Um, but
A lot of good workshops.
a lot of good workshops. Litriana's going to
A
have
lot of
one.
information.
Yeah, Blaine's going to be involved in that too, and it's just totally amazing that this is coming about like it is. And by all means, will there be a location for podcast? Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we was talking about that one night,
yeah.
Ben.
There'll be a place set up so we can do a podcast. I've got to get my laptop fixed, and then I'll have that set up where people can somebody will be hosting it, whether it be pop culture on for a certain period of time, or spooky things, or whatever, or myself, or Michael would smoke. Um, and then we'll be interviewing people that's coming into the con. There'll be some on location stuff. Um, we'll be doing a lot of Facebook work, um, and any other platform that we can go live at, TikTok, that type of thing. In fact, Michael and I are going to get together and be doing some TikTok stuff to be advertising smoke, advertising the con, and some of these, couple of these other podcasts is getting ready to kick off. We're going to be having some fun with that. And um, I just want, I can't say this enough. DeepSouthParacomicon.com. Y'all go check it out, and get your cosplay on. You know, get signed up for these workshops. Come be a vendor. We talked to a guy today that is really interested in coming out. He's got, uh, and Ben would probably be interested in this. It's like a pop culture thing, and he has original memorabilia from movies like back in the 70s when
Mm,
Captain America, and uh, has all this. He has baseball cards that's like back in the 60s, and movie memorabilia from the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. And so I told him he needed to just come be a vendor. um, and he had a big poster that he was telling me about that he ended up selling.
mm,
um, it was the original uh, Captain America movie poster that Marvel actually sent out to the movie theaters, um, to advertise the movie.
all right.
No, so that type of thing is just phenomenal. And when you have baseball cards that from the 60s and 70s, those players aren't around anymore.
All right.
And so, you know, that's that's pretty amazing. I mean, that's exciting for me. I like seeing that stuff.
Yeah, I love baseball cards, football cards.
Yeah, racing.
Yep.
Um, you know, so and when my house burned, of course, years ago when I was in school, I went to school with Michael Jordan. Um, and I remember, and Chucky Brown. Um, you know who Chucky Brown is? He played for Cleveland Cavaliers.
Mm,
Um, well, Michael, they had this thing that they come up with, where Michael actually had a card, and he signed it and so on and so forth. So I have one of the original rookie cards of his, and it burned in my house fire
Hmm.
years ago. And but those are the type of cards that I like. You know,
You
you
know,
get
he owns a NASCAR team now.
yeah,
They've
yep,
won
yep.
like 4 of the first 6 or 7 races.
Really.
Yeah.
I did hear that he owned a NASCAR and uh, a team anyway, and but I haven't had chance. Michael, I don't even get to watch TV.
I don't watch it much anymore. I mostly watch YouTube and watch these podcasts, and that's about it.
Well, Teresa watches YouTube. Of course, we're always learning about something, which that's good. Um, as far as watching a movie per se,
Yeah.
I don't get a chance to do that anymore. We're just so dang busy all the time, and I've been asked 5 or 6 times, can you come be on my podcast? Can you come be on There's a guy in Virginia that messaged me the other night, wanted me to be on his podcast. And, these podcasts are going on the same time I'm producing podcasts.
Right.
And so it's hard for me to do that. And, there was a couple of pretty well known podcasters um, uh, wanted me to be on there, and I had to tell them no because I have set this up to do this, and this is what I need to do, and the job that I put up front of me. I have to be diligent in that, and it's nothing against uh, anybody's podcast or anything. I do try to watch other people's podcasts,
Yep.
especially on All Access. Uh, I go in and try to at least go in for a little bit and make myself known
Yeah.
and kind of see what's going on and maybe ask a question or two, with some of their guests. And they have some great guests over there. And, you know, Lee and Gwen and Blaine and Matt and all of them, they do a great job.
They have
Um,
a lot of good topics too.
Oh yeah, I wish that I could be on their podcast. They've asked me before. They Teresa went and did a couple of their podcasts and stuff, and she's able to do that. And that's kind of my saving grace. She kicks in and does that when I'm not able to. And of course, I'm blessed, to have Teresa. And so, but what it is what it is. I'm gonna reach out to them and see if they can act, and I totally understand if they can't because they have their own podcasting stuff that they do, and they have a bunch over there.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, Miss Gwen, she is
And Gwen's always doing
always,
something.
always, and so she's a sweet lady, and she definitely knows what she's doing over there. And again, Web Radio Network, we have a lot of great shows on this network. Um, you're getting ready to see more announcements of these shows and some trailers, things like that. I'm working on that type of stuff. Some of like our podcast, you're going to see some difference and stuff like that with it. Um, uh, some of the graphics, the logistics part of it too. Um, we are going to be doing some on location stuff. Um, that's coming, and some crazy stuff, you know. And then, of course, we're going to get back into our Manson shows. Um, I've had 2 or 3 people reach out to me wanting me to do some of these other serial killers and stuff like that. And one
Sweet.
of one of them the other night was she was some sort of kin. Um, she was some sort of kin to Dahmer or
Okay.
something like that. And so I don't know. We're going to do. I have a special one that I and I'll get with you later on it. But this was kind of a heinous one, um, and anyway, we'll be get going down some bad holes with it. But hey,
Yeah, and
um,
if anybody out there wants us to, a certain subject they want us to talk about, just give us time. Let us know about it so we can research it,
oh yeah,
and we'll get it on here. As far as that goes,
oh yeah, we will.
we just need to have plenty of time to research it because you don't want to do it if you can't research it.
And if you do have a topic you want us to do, let us research it, like Michael said. And if you want to come on and be on the show with us while we're talking about that, we can work. We can make that work also. And so, yeah, just let us know. Um, it's yeah, we're headed down a road that's gonna get darker. We're also gonna go back into the Amityville murders. Uh, take that a little step. We'll carry on to the Lutz and
Still,
things.
still got 2 or 3 steps left from that one.
Yep, do. Um, and there's some other true crime stuff that we're getting into. Excuse me. Um, and there'll be some cases that we're going to go into that supposed to be solved, but not exactly.
Right.
And so, and you ever heard of Jean Benet?
Yep. A lot of conspiracy theories in that.
Yep. And I did have an interesting message the other day. Um, they want us to do some research and investigative work on the death of Elvis Presley.
That sounds like a good one. I actually met him one time, a couple of years before he died.
Yep. I went to the Charlotte show uh, that he had, and it was one of his last concerts. And I didn't get to meet him, but now if you ask my wife, she'll tell you I'm kin to him. Through Mourning Dove, and I did meet Priscilla Presley uh, and Red. I went to Graceland and done some photography work for them years and years ago, back when I was a photographer, and it was interesting. Um, Priscilla's a really nice person. She's very businesslike. She's a really nice person,
And
and
that place itself could be a whole show by itself.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But I this message kind of read and like, can you do some research and have a show and tell us why how Elvis died? Okay, there's a lot of stuff out there. All right,
Yeah.
a lot of misinformation on that, and you know that's it's kind of like Kennedy. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another. Oh my God, I just can't tell you how many messages I get from certain people um, that ask me questions. Do you know about this? Do you know about? Oh, wait a minute. You're going down the wrong hole now. You know that's. But that's what this show was created for, and we'll be headed down some of those. And
And the whole Kennedy thing could be a whole show that itself too.
oh, it could be it would have to be a series of shows.
Yep.
Yeah, especially since there's new information about it and stuff. And you know, there's just so many, and we may have to do some back to back shows on some things, but we try to break them up, break the monotonous up in the middle, and make them seem a little, and that's why we kind of break some of the shows up. Our Manson show, that's that's just well, it gets scarier the more I read and stuff like that. And Blaine sent me sent me some videos or YouTube. It's not video technically, but it's where Charles Manson was performing.
Yep.
And did he send that to you?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, um, let's just say he's not a Brian Wilson.
No.
So, um, idea of the song, yeah, I could get it, but his performance of the song, no. I'm
Yeah.
not an artist by any means, but I could tell you, if I if I had the choice between um, the guy that's singing the shark song and listening to his song, I would do the shark song.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not bad as a writer, but performer, no, not that great.
right, right, right. Um, in every writer, there's some sort of genius. Uh, he just let his lifestyle get a hold of him, and that carried over into his music. And sure, he had music, and I'm not saying he wasn't a talented person. He was very talented, but just not my kind of music.
All right.
And so, but that's for another show. That's for that show, and then something on down the road that I'm working on, and I'll start getting you some of the information, so you can carry it a little bit farther. But it's the Knights Templars. Uh,
Yes, that's one of my favorite subjects.
yeah. So we're we're going to be moving in that direction, and we'll do the whole reason for the Friday the 13th thing, and we're going to do some shows for myths and things, and I don't want to say myths and legends because there's something else called that, and but it's kind of similar to that. Um, and then I'm talking to a Bigfoot guy, and we're going to talk about Bigfoot, and we have some surprises about Bigfoot and some other things coming, and we may be going on location on some of those things. So, but we got a lot planned, and Michael, it's going to be a ride, but
We're just getting started.
that's right. And y'all just get ready. And the more time I have, the more crazier this crap's going to get. And but again, that's why we created Smoke.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, Michael, is there anything you want to tell them, or?
Now just check us out. Come back in Friday night, 7 o'clock East. I mean, well, Central Time.
Yeah,
And like you said, we're gonna have Jatin Patel, the Redneck Raja, this week as a special guest.
yeah,
Uh,
that's going to be a hell of a show.
you don't want to miss out on this one.
Not at all. In fact,
Share. Go ahead.
I'll probably go ahead and release that graphic and announcement and stuff. Um, Probably tomorrow. I don't know if I make it over to the house from here. I might be falling. If I sit down, I'm gonna fall asleep. And I've been up since like 3:15 this morning, or been awake. I didn't get up till 4 or something, but yeah, not been able to sleep very much here of late, and too much going on.
All right. Just make sure y'all share it out to your friends and your family. Tell them tune in Friday night, 7 Central. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you,
Mm,
you're gonna get a big laugh.
that's right. And guys, remember, smoke covers everything. So y'all come back.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's right. Y'all come back and watch us in the smoke. So, all right. Well, Michael, it's been a pleasure, my brother. And we want to thank Robert Mukes for being our guest.
Definitely.
Fantastic guest, fantastic guy. Can't wait to see him at the con, and more more information about him's coming, and so y'all just get ready.
I'm
So
gonna make sure I got my big old thing of bull peanuts.
that's right. I'm gonna get him some sweet tea.
There you go.
But all right, well, guys, y'all go check out deepsouthbearcomiccon.com. Uh, check out all the guests. Get signed up to be a vendor, cosplay, workshop, buy tickets, whatever it is that you do. You're not going to want to miss this. So,
Tell
y'all
your
come on.
family and friends to come with you.
That's right. Y'all come hang out with us. Come back here Friday night, 7 Central. Hang out with us and Jatine. It's going to be a memorable show. So, but anyway, brother, I'm out and I will talk to you probably tomorrow.
Okie dokie.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, y'all have a good evening. See y'all Friday.
See you Friday.